What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ansz. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to build arguably one of the best build combos so far for the NBA 2K20 demo. In this build video, we'll be covering the shooting guard position, and you can go ahead and pick either the left hand or right-handed, whatever your preference is. Doesn't really make an effect or have an effect on the build as as per se. Um, Now with the attributes, look, you can have a look at all the pie charts. I went with the one that has shooting and playmaking um, as the main attributes. Defense and defending and rebounding and finishing, like they're very important too. But yeah, those are the key ones that I went with. So pick that as the pie. Now the pies this year are basically the same as like the archetype structure we had in 2K19 and 2K18. Pretty much identical. So it just doesn't have the label. Now with the physical profile, we you can switch it up here if you like, but I went for speed as the main attribute. So basically, we're just going to max out all the shooting just to get the maximum amount of shooting badges and max out the playmaking as well. So get a max amount of playmaking badges. And for the finishing and rebounding, um, you can sort of play around with it. It just depends on your playstyle, where you want to put your attributes. But basically, for me, the three or four most important for your defense are interior defense, perimeter defense, and lateral quickness. Stealing for me is pretty important. Blocking as a shooting guard, I mean, you don't really need too much of it because you're not going to be getting too many blocks in. Um, Close shot and driving layup for me is pretty important as a small guy. Um, so that's those. And look, you can play around with it as well. You can see me here playing with it to try and gain as many attribute points, like spares, as I possibly could, while keeping the maximum amount of badges I could. Um, so that's that's where that's what I was playing with there. So after messing around with it for a bit, um, we've got so speed as 87, strength 53, 85 acceleration, 68 vertical, close shots 85, driving layup 75, driving dunk 60 for our finishing, and then shooting we have mid-range shot at 83, a three-point at 84, free throw at 90, post fade at 86. Playmaking, we have 87 pass accuracy, 84 ball handling, and 78 post moves. And defense and rebounding. So, as I said, um, the three that were most important to me were interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness with 59, 73, and 70. And then steals were obviously pretty important to me as well. So 72 I got for those. And blocking, like I said, as a shooting guard, not too important. So that's that. In terms of badges, we've got one finishing badge, 22 shooting, 21 playmaking, and two defensive and rebounding. So with playing around with the weight, what I found was that 201 pounds seemed to be the sweet spot. If I went to 200 or anything below, we started to incur negative attributes towards our defense and a couple other things. So what I found was 201 pounds was perfect for basically giving us free attribute points, so plus one lateral quickness without negatively affecting anything. And then in the wingspan, minimum is the way to go for this build. just because it gives you everything that you need. Um, so obviously it takes away a little bit from blocks and steals, but upgrades everything else pretty heavily. So for the takeover, we went with shot creator. Now look here, you can pick playmaking if you wanted, or even the shooting as your takeover spot up shooter. But it just depends on you really, and how you really want to play the build. But for me, shot creator was the way to go. So according to the My Player Builder, we have created an offensive threat, similarities Allen Houston, James Harden, and Klay Thompson. So now you want to select your, obviously overall for testing as 99, and then it progresses on to the badge selection. Now in the badge selection, in the finishing badges, you want to select, uh, in my opinion, Acrobat is the best one. We only get one potential upgrade here, so we're just going to take Acrobat. You could go with Relentless Finisher E if you wanted, but I highly recommend Acrobat as you're a smaller player, and we're not really into finishing. So for me, Acrobat was a no-brainer here. For the shooting badges, catch and shoot is a must as minimum. Silver, corner specialist. You can get away with gold, but silver again is the way to go. Deadeye as gold, because you have defenders closing out on you fairly quickly. Because we chose the shot creating badge, difficult shots is at gold. Flexible release at bronze. Green machine at bronze. Hot start also at bronze. Um, Quick draw is essentially the slider for how fast your release is. So I've gone and picked Hall of Fame because I like my jump shot to be a little bit faster. Um, Hot start is a new badge this year, and I quite like that at the moment, actually, to be honest. Range extender at gold, tireless shooter on silver, and steady shooter on bronze, I believe. And that leaves us with 0 upgrade points available on the shooting. Now in the playmaking, we have 21 potential upgrades here. So ankle breaker is fairly good. We've put it on bronze here. So I started off with ankle breaker on bronze. We want dimer on gold, just because we're sort of playing that playmaking shot creator role. Floor general on silver. Unblockable is on gold. Tight handles on gold. And stop and go on silver. Handles for days is on silver at the moment. Floor general silver. You could sort of swap out floor general, get rid of it altogether, and put in quick first step on gold and space creator on gold if you wanted. But yeah, it was just sort of what I went with. Yeah. And then on the defense and rebounding badges, we have only 2 potential upgrades. So we are putting on just clamps, and that's it pretty much. The rest of the defensive badges, you could put Intimidator and Pickpocket. They work very well as well. But the other ones, I'm not the biggest fan of for this build. So I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, please consider subscribing and stay tuned for more content coming soon.